Hi folks, welcome to Greg's Workshop. I'm Greg, and yesterday I took a drive out to Christmas Valley to take a look at the new septic system in the desert lot. We'll take a look at that footage in a minute, but first let's talk about the permitting process. In Oregon, the permitting process for a septic system starts with a series of test pits. That way the county evaluator can come out and see what kind of soil you have and if it's suitable for a normal system. You can see the notes the inspector made with depths in the left-hand column, and then what type of soil he found. I don't know what any of those things mean, but my soil wasn't great. Once the inspector comes out, you get a plot plan. You can see I've circled the test pits in yellow. You'll get approved for two areas. One is your primary, one is your replacement. At the top of the screen there, you can see the replacement area. And now coming into the view at the bottom, you can see the initial approved area. At the bottom of the plot plan are a list of conditions. In my case, it's a 4-bedroom house, 450 gallons per day, 300 feet of leach line, as well as a note to not allow traffic or irrigation over the drainage field.
Here we are, Christmas Valley. A little bit windy today. Pom-pom on the microphone, hopefully that works out for us. Start at the road end here. So we've got 4 laterals, 75 feet long each. Looks like you used Infiltrator Quick 424 chambers. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Walk up the edge here, up to the tank. Up here we can see the distribution box right there. Then the green pipe going out to each lateral. Over here we have the tank, an Infiltrator IM 1060, 1,000-gallon tank. Might end up putting some risers on here, we'll see. So my soil here isn't great. It's sandy, obviously, but you can even kind of see right here, there's some hard layers down there. Water doesn't percolate through that. So what the county inspector had him do was dig down out at the end of each of these laterals, about 10 feet long. He dug down about 4 feet to get through that hard pack layer, get down to some good sand that'll accept water, and then fill it back up with sand that'll allow the water to go down. Here is the inlet, 4-inch ABS pipe. House, cabin will theoretically go right about there. Have a 5-foot setback from the tank, 10 feet from the drain field. Come over here. I'm going to set up my RV site somewhere in this area. So we're going to have a pipe coming out of there, make a couple 45-degree turns, get it headed this way. Probably put in 2 spaces, or 2 dumps rather, so I can pull in my trailer and hook up to my septic. Stay here as long as I want or need to. So this project has been fully inspected, fully approved. It's got the sign off from the county. My contractor just hasn't had a chance to come out here and do it. He did 4 systems this spring, and so basically the county inspector only comes once a month. So he's just going to go through, take one day, load up the bulldozer, and just go fill in all 4 of them just throughout the day. He just hasn't done it yet. Probably won't for another week or 2, which is fine with me. It's going to be a couple months till we're out here. So I wanted to come out and look at this before it got covered, partly for this video, for you guys, and partly for the video for my own record. Also, I want to do some measurements and put in some stakes of how far away, or where the setbacks are rather. So where 10 feet is from that last lateral, where 5 feet is from this tank, although it looks like this is sort of where he put the excess soil or excess sand. So probably won't do it right here, but you get the idea. So let's pound some stakes.
I tried to make a time lapse of myself doing these measurements, but turned out to be a little bit too windy.
So pull the cover off. This is the outlet baffle. So basically all this fills up with water and scum and sludge. sludge sinks to the bottom, the water's in the middle, this comes along the top. What that does is keeps the solids from running out the pipe. So basically the clear water from the middle of the tank comes up the bottom, comes up right up there and then out. And over here we have the distribution box. Water comes in an inch or two higher on this inlet pipe and then goes out at the same level on all four of the laterals. Interesting. Most of the septic systems I've seen are 2-chamber. This one is single chamber. They didn't put a baffle in there, but I suppose that'll be all right. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Not going to use this a whole lot anyway. This is at least for a few years, and even once we're here, this is more going to be like a vacation or Airbnb spot, not a permanent residence, I don't think. All right, well, let's get everything buttoned back up. Made my measurements, made my drawing, saw what I wanted to see, recorded the video. Starting to snow a little bit. Early May in the high desert. So in doing my research on what I was getting here, this infiltrator system, this is where all the water comes out. These are kind of louvered grates, basically. So they're set in an angle in such a way that the dirt will meet its critical angle before it meets the back of the fin or back of the slat. That way they don't need any sand or fabric or anything. Just put native soil back over this and it won't infiltrate into the infiltrator. And that's about it. Looking forward to getting back out here in July, getting a campsite set up, RV site, hooking up my RV dump. That'll be fun. A lot of good stuff coming. A lot of good stuff coming out here.
Here's the as-built plot plan that I've drawn based on my measurements from yesterday. So this is the outline of the whole lot, 80 feet wide, 185 feet long, about 1/3 of an acre. These 4 dark lines here are the drain field, 75 feet long. They're actually mapped as 80 because they start at different links out from the distribution box. Back here is the replacement area. This dotted area is basically our buildable area. I'm infringing a little bit on the replacement area here, but it'll be okay. We can run another line back here into the corner if I ever need to replace the field, which is pretty unlikely. This shaded area right here is basically going to be the house or the cabin. Have room for a shop back here. There's some setback requirements, 10 feet on the back, 10 feet on the sides, 15 on the front. You can infringe on that a little bit with accessory structures, so I could do a 24 by 36 back here and be okay. In the short term, I'm going to be flattening and leveling out some spots here for RVs, and I'm going to be running plumbing from the tank right up here for dumps. I could build something out here. The driveway isn't involved in the setback, so I could put that over here. I'll probably trench over here anyway when I run water and power. So I could put an accessory building there, or a little shop or something if I wanted to. And that's about it. By code, I have 5 years to start building to put this septic system into service before I have to get it recertified. We're toying with plans right now for a 1 or 2 bedroom cabin with a loft and some overhangs and a lot of stuff. We have a few years to figure that out. It's going to be a few years before we can really afford that. In the meantime, we can use that for vacations. We can take our travel trailer out there. Friends can use it for vacations. And I live in the Portland area. In the event that things go really, really, really bad here, we can go out and stay as long as we need to. Folks, if you enjoyed that video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, ring the bell to get notified of new videos every Saturday morning. Leave a comment or a question down below, and I'll see you next week on Greg's Workshop.